State Rep's supposed to call in here any minute. Oh, great. We have him right now. Representative Matt Shea out of Washington is our guest. He has a degree in history and politics, political science graduate, Gonzaga University School of Law. And he's also a distinguished military graduate, and it goes on and on. Was in the platoon leader, 3rd Armored Cavalry Regiment, Bosnia-Herzegovina. He's one of the sponsors. In fact, I guess he is the author of this bill. We'll find out from him during this segment and the next. And this whole week, we've got state reps on. Charles Key tomorrow. Some of these bills, like the one in New Hampshire, says we won't allow martial law, gun confiscation, establishment of martial law, forced servitude. All of that is right there. So I wanted to get the state rep out of Washington on, Matt Shea. Representative, good to have you on with us.
Thank you for having me.
So I've got the text of your bill here, too. Tell us why you're doing this, having declared that the state is not going to go along with the New World Order.
Well, I think the front cover of Newsweek speaks volumes for why we're doing this. The front cover of Newsweek this morning, for the listeners that maybe haven't seen it, says in big, bold letters, "We are socialists. We are all socialists now." And I think that type of federal government intervention and overreaching is exactly why state governments are starting to fight back. And I think we need to reclaim our sovereignty, particularly over these massive areas where there's unfunded mandates, and the federal government is expecting state governments to foot the bill.
Representative Shea, specifically, what is the bill that you've got going through the House there in Washington? What does it state?
Well, what we're trying to do is send a message to Barack Obama, and I'm going to be general unless you want me to read excerpts of it, which I don't have up yet. But
whatever you'd like.
We're sending a message to Barack Obama, the President of the United States, that we are a sovereign state and we want to be treated as such, and that bills like No Child Left Behind and some of the stuff from the previous administration that has come down with a lot of requirements for state and local governments to implement without any funding sources for it, we're not going to take that anymore. I think that it was a very interesting development in California this morning, where the Los Angeles County has told the state of California that if you're not going to send our money back to us, that we're not going to send you the tax revenues that we're collecting. I think this is highlighting what's really turning into, quite frankly, a crisis throughout the United States of funding at the local levels. Taxpayers can't foot the bill anymore. We can't take any more new unfunded mandates and then taxes to follow on after they realize that the programs can't be funded. So,
well, I mean, that's bad enough, but I mean, you've probably seen some of the other bills in Oklahoma and in New Hampshire in places where they're saying we're not going to allow gun confiscation. They've introduced bills to ban all semi-autos, as you know. They've introduced bills to register all Americans and do federal psychological testing. Obama's new AG argued before the Supreme Court for the D.C. gun ban, so he believes a total ban is the Second Amendment. They've openly introduced bills for a domestic security force under Obama's control. I mean, I feel like I woke up in Stalinist Russia.
It sure sounds like it, and and then to have this Newsweek cover say we are all socialists now this morning. When I saw that, that came out of my chair. I think right now we're in a crisis. I think as state legislators throughout the country, it's incumbent upon us to take the message of what's happening in our states and our local governments and take it to the President of the United States and say enough is enough. We're not going to take this anymore. Interestingly, too, Washington State came in under the same compact that Montana did when it became a state back in the late 1800s. And as part of that compact, we have in our state constitution that we have the right to bear arms in defense of ourselves. And it's a lot more specific than the federal constitution is. And I know there's a lot of folks here that are very worried about some legislation coming down. There's been, as you well know, runs on ammunition and guns in sporting goods stores all over the country, but especially in Washington as well. So I think this is one of those times in American history where people are starting to wake up, and one of the other reasons for my bill was to help wake people up to this issue.
Well, Representative Shea, if you can stay with us, I know you're very busy. I'd like to ask you about 10 more minutes of questions after the break. Can you do that?
Perfect.
Okay, good. This is the battle for the Republic. This is the time to put up or shut up. Bush tripled the size of government. Now Obama is building FEMA camps. Okay, I mean, we're in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. There's no more time to screw around or suck our thumbs. Defend the Republic or America goes down. Stay with us.
We're on the